Good afternoon, my viewers. I welcome you to our continuation learning series of science and mathematics education. Which subject are we looking at today? We are going to be looking at the subject physics. And what is the topic? The topic before us is on what? Equations of motion. Equations of motion. In the last edition, previously, we've talked about types of motion. Object undergo motion. That is, when there is a movement from one place to another. So we want to look at the calculation, how we can calculate some problem based on motion. Okay, now we have a set of questions under the equations of motion. You can see on the board, if a body starts with initial velocity u and accelerates uniformly along a straight line with acceleration a and covers a distance in a time when its velocity reaches a final velocity, then the distance covered is given by s is equal to u plus v all over 2 times t. What is s? S is the distance covered. Your v is your what? Final velocity. Our u stands for initial velocity, while our t stands for the time taken. So if you want to find the distance covered by a body, okay, we can say that the average velocity multiplied by the time. The average velocity is what? V plus u all over 2. V plus u, v final velocity plus initial velocity divided by 2. That gives us what? Our average multiplied by t, time. Okay, and we all know that distance is what? Velocity times time. Now the second equations of motion, you can see. So this is one of the first equations of motion. Okay, the second one we can derive it by saying that acceleration a is equal to what? V minus u all over t. V minus u, that is changes in velocity all over the time taken. So if you want to make v subject of the formula here, if we cross multiply, we are going to end up getting v is equal to u plus at. So this is second equations of motion. Okay, now the third equations of motion we can use is what? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. That is the second equations of motion, the second one. And the fourth one, the last one, we can say s is equal to ut plus half at square. As usual, u is your initial velocity, your t is the time taken, and a is your acceleration. So what we are trying to say here is that all these four equations of motion are going to be guiding us how to solve problems that involve what? Motion. Fine. Now let us look at how we can apply each of these formula to solve problem. Take a look at this question number 1. We are given that a car moves from rest with an acceleration of 0.2 meter per second square. Find its velocity when it has moved a distance of 50 meters. You want to find the velocity when the distance has reached, it has moved a distance of 50 meters. From what we have there, we can see that we are looking for the final velocity, because they say the velocity reached, that's going to be what? The final velocity. Fine. So which of the equations of motion are we to apply to solve this question? Okay, from what we have here, let's first of all write our parameter. What they give us in the question? They gave us acceleration, which is what from the question? 0.2 meter per second square. What did they give us again? They gave us the distance moved, s as what? 50 meter. We are looking for v. Okay, we assume our u is what? 0 meter per second. So if you look at what we have on the board, acceleration, distance, we are looking for final velocity, and we assume that our initial velocity is what 0 meter per second. Why? Because it's not being stated in the question. So we are going to take that one as 0 meter per second. Now we are going to apply this one. This one fits into the word to solve it. We now say from v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So let us put all those given data inside the formula. So this is what we are looking for. V square is equal to what? U square 0 square plus 2 times a. What is our a? 0.2 times what is our s? 50. Okay. Our v square will now be what? 0 square is what? 0 plus 2 times 0.2, 0.4 times what? 50. So v square is equal to what? 50. 0.4 times 50. Automatically, that one will give us what? That one will give us what? All together, that will give us what? 20. That will give us what? 20. So that's what we have. So 0.4 times 50 give us what? 20. So we are looking for v. Removing the square, squaring both sides. We are going to v is equal to what? 20 square. So our final answer will now be, we can do what? 2 root 5. Or what you can call 4 point, when you divide 4.47 meter per second. That's our final velocity. You can see it's very, very direct. Now let us solve the second question. In the second question, they say that a body uniformly accelerates from rest at 8 meters per second square. In how much time will the body travel a distance of 250 meters? He wants to know the time taken for it to travel a distance of 2,500 meters when it have acceleration of what? 8 meters per second square. So likewise too, let us look at what they gave us in the question. You can see they gave us what? Acceleration. A is what? 8 meters per second square. What they give us again? They give us distance, 2,500 meters. What are we looking for? We are looking for what? T. T is unknown. So let us now compare all what they gave us with any of this one. Equation 1, this one cannot fit in. This one cannot fit in because there is no acceleration here. Equation 2, you can't use it because s is not there. This side is not there. Equation 3, s is here, a is here. But the problem is our t we are looking for is not here. So we end up using what? The fourth equation. So we now say that s is equal to ut plus half at square. So that's the formula we have to apply that fits in. So let's put those data down. S is what? 2,500 meters. Equals to what? What is our u? We assume our u is 0 because we are not giving the question. 0 times t plus half times a. What is our a? 8. What is the time? Time is what we are looking for. Okay. So now say 2,500 is equal. 0 times t is what? 0. So all this one will cancel out. Now half times 8t square, which is equal to what? 2,500 meters equals to what? 2 here 1, 2 here 4, 4t square. So divide both sides by 4. Divide both sides by 4. So t square is equal to what? 2,500 divided by 4. And that one will give us what? 625. 625. We are looking for t. Our time will now be what? Square root of 625. So our final answer will now be what? 25. 25. When you find the square root of 625, it will now give us 25 seconds. So that's our final answer. So we are able to see how to calculate question using equations of motion. So what we just have to know is that we first of all know all the 4 formulas to apply in equations of motion. These 4 formulas. So the first one, second one, third one, and then one, the fourth one. So the one you are going to use in calculation depend on the parameter, either acceleration, either time, either this, and the one they give you in the question determine the one you are going to use. So this is where we are going to stop today. we have been able to achieve our objective. How to find question based on equations of motion. So in the next class, we are going to take it up from there. So like I right normally say on this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel Science Math, so that you can be able to see all the other science subjects we normally do. Besides physics, we normally do chemistry and biology, and the last one is what? Mathematics. So till we meet again, I say remain scientifically intelligent. Bye bye.